What's up? What's up? Okay, we're live. We're live today, 12 p.m. Trying to get back on schedule. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd. October 2nd, okay? I'm happy to answer any of your immigration questions, point you in the right direction, okay? Because unfortunately, I've heard too many stories where people are going the wrong direction, okay? Either because you filed yourself or because you have an attorney, a notario, a consultant, an uncle, auntie helping you out. And you just, it's just different. It's just a different situation, okay? In the sense that, sure, you may have several people want to help you, but do they really do this every day? You want to check our video. Watch our video. At least it's on, it should be on all the platforms right now. Recorded a video with one of our premier associates, Ariana, and it talked about several common complaints that people have that bring to us and share with us. And it's very unfortunate. So we are very intentional of our service because of that in general. So go ahead and find that. I think it's called like top complaints. So check that out, okay? And give us some feedback. Drop a note in the comment section about it. Happy to answer your questions. So we're live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and also over there on Instagram, okay? I know Instagram is one of those like we just don't pay as much attention to. Um, at least I don't. Um, Meta's got to change some practices before I pay more attention. Anyway, let's talk, okay? If you have a question, please let me know. Let's see. So let me scroll it over here. I always have a lot to talk about, but I don't have a specific topic for y'all today. So I'm here to just answer your questions, especially for anyone's watching after the show on YouTube or Facebook. It is recorded. Let's see here. I do see a question from Maya on YouTube. Your 45 is pending, and it says 3 months, but you haven't applied for work permit. Can you still apply, or can you work on B2 while case pending? Well, first of all, the question is, who's your sponsor? Is your sponsor a U.S. citizen or a resident? Okay, and if obviously you're in the United States because you filed the 485 application. But the thing is, if your sponsor is a citizen and you don't have a work permit, there's legal information, there's not legal advice. You need to double check what I say. It's just good practice to do that. Just like any attorney here on the social media, you need to fact check it. In this situation, you gotta law check it, I guess. All right. On the USCIS policy manual, if you're sponsored by a U.S. citizen and there's a marriage case and you're here in America, you can work without authorization, assuming you're going to be approved, right? Approved for the 45. And the thing is, because the policy manual says that, there's actually a list of different scenarios like overstay, those kind of typical immigration violations. It's all waived. You don't have to file a separate application to waive that. That's a good thing. Many people don't know that. So I know a lot of people joke around and say like, "Oh, why don't you just get married to a U.S. citizen?" As if it was easy to find the right fit anyway. But legally speaking, that is why it's the better option if you can find the right fit. You find the right Pookie Bear. Okay, so I see Maya that you are. Sorry if I mispronounced y'all's names. You are married to a U.S. citizen, so you're good to go. You could file a work permit if you haven't already, but I mean, it's more so, if anything, to get maybe a social security card sooner. So, but where you also mentioned another comment that says 3 months. Are you referring to your My USCIS account? If that's what you're talking about, pay no attention to it. It's not accurate. It's very unfortunate. Hey, if you're on Instagram, I know it says pause due to poor connection. I don't know why, because it's working on other platforms. So my apologies there. But thanks for joining. If you're new to the respective channel, welcome. My name is John Ting. I practice immigration law. If you couldn't tell by now, we're here to secure your legal status. So, with that being said, if you're looking to apply for a visa to another country that's not the United States, I'm sorry, we don't help with that. If you're trying to deport your former Pookie Bear, your ex Pookie Bear, we don't help with that. Just go to ice.gov. That's the best I can tell you. We're here to secure your legal status in America. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in our services specifically, go ahead and click the profile link in your description box below, or TikTok, it's in the profile link. Okay. All right, let's go to the next question. All right, I'm looking at TikTok now. Tammy, you did your biometrics last September and no work permit. Sounds like a kind of similar situation. And yeah, you're sponsored as a citizen. Okay. Last September. Oh yeah, it's 12 months. It's now October 2nd. Happy October, everyone. Okay, you did your biometrics last September. Did you and you filed work permit application? I'm sure you did. Yeah, so we typically don't recommend filing a lawsuit on the work permit itself, but Tammy, hopefully your case gets processed soon in general. But if it gets to 15 months on adjustment of status, okay, and you keep thinking, oh, tomorrow, just tomorrow, they're going to send me something. You really got to be proactive. You got to take action. Okay. We're ready for you. Okay. We don't, what we do is we have a collaboration of many attorneys across the United States. And because requires certain certification to that court, we team up with other attorneys to help facilitate getting the legal status for you. Okay. Now, keep in mind, if you when you hire us for the mandamus lawsuit, because you might not have your own attorney, and that's okay. We can do a little courtesy check for you, but we're not your attorney for like the actual like the other case that you came to us with. Let's say the 485 or asylum. So please don't make that assumption. It's two separate services. Some of y'all already have an attorney for your first case, the 485, for example, or again, asylum case, and that's great. And they'll help you with the interview if there needs to be an interview. We help with the mandamus lawsuit. So to give you an idea of that, what is the outcome of a mandamus lawsuit? It is when you receive a notice from USCIS, because at that point, the case has moved forward to the next step. It's no longer stuck. So it could be a request for evidence. So some of you might think, well, that's not a decision. I agree, it's not a decision, but the case otherwise would have stayed stuck. Okay. So please know there's a difference in that in terms of representation. And what we'll do is we'll help facilitate in terms of discussing with the US assistant US attorney or US attorney, say, we need, and they're pretty cognizant of it too. Like obviously RFE, typically it's 87 days that USCIS needs. Of course, we recommend getting it done sooner, but assuming you need the bulk of the 87 days, we want to extend it out maybe 120 days or 120 days. That'll just be another extra month so that USCIS has enough time to respond back to you, hopefully with a decision. Okay, so, but we don't actually help with the RFE part unless you need it, then we'll provide a separate service for that. All right, on to the next question. Sorry for y'all on TikTok. You know what? On Instagram. I'm just gonna X. Poor Instagram. I just got to X out there. That's too bad for them. Suckers. Just join on TikTok or YouTube, Facebook, I guess. I don't know why other people have. It's fine on Instagram for other people. Let's see. Okay. Adney, Adney on YouTube, your I-130 petition says the progress 2 months to 5 weeks to 4 weeks now to 3 weeks. Is it normal? It's normal for USCIS, my USCIS account to give you crap. Yeah, that's normal. But is it normal to actually have it processed that quickly? No, it's not. It's actually just a lie, especially if your sponsor is a resident. Because you know what? I thought I had it on my screen. Let me pull it back up. Because yeah, they're just not telling the truth on that. They just could just turn off that estimated timing on my USCIS account because it's just not accurate. It's very frustrating for everyone. Let me pull it up and share my screen here. Okay. It's so frustrating that a couple attorneys and myself, our law firms, are going to work together. We're considering to work together to file a lawsuit for people who have been who see this new status. Okay, on a petition I-130. If you're sponsored by a resident, yeah, I'm just showing right now on TikTok. I'm not can't share with you because Streaming, there's no syncing streaming, but okay, on YouTube and Facebook, you can see this. If you're sponsored by a resident, it says processing time. See notes. See notes. There's no like time period. Sometimes say 24 months, 32 months, but here it says notes. Okay, well, let's look at the notes. It says USCIS service centers prioritize the adjudication, meaning processing, for the petition, preference petitions when the Department of State visa bulletin shows an immigrant visa is available or will soon become available. All right. So I'm going to record a separate video that goes like a little cleaner here, I guess you can say. But let me pull up the visa bulletin for you guys, okay? It's frustrating also. It's really ridiculous. So we're ready to file lawsuits for anyone in these kind of situations because there are some people, some immigrant beneficiaries here in the United States, okay? And then if you need to file, if after the petition is approved, this next step, if you're in the US and you need to file a waiver, you can only file this waiver after the petition is approved. So I'll share my screen again at this stage. Okay. It's saying here that they will not approve the petition until it shows up the immigrant visa is available or will soon become available. And now if I go to the actual bulletin, October 2024, scroll down. Okay, hopefully you're cognizant of what the visa bulletin is now. But I scroll down, this is yeah, a lot of y'all F2A, sponsored by a resident. And if you're not from China, India, Mexico, or Philippines, it's a priority date of November 2021. November 2021 on chart A. So that means what they're trying to say on this page, processing time page, is say we're not going to file your approve your petition until it shows up November 2021. That ain't gonna work. That can't fly with me. Okay, that is not going to work legally because by the time your prior date shows up, you have 1 year to take action for the next step. And the petitions take a long time in general. So you could have saved time by having USCIS approve your petition and then you can get started and file your waiver. And because we know waivers take 4 years right now, 3 to 4 years. And that's why PIP, marriage pro in place by Biden administration, would be so beneficial to a lot of y'all. Okay. And so I'm going to keep you updated about the PIP lawsuit. Right now, real quick to share with you is that October 10th is supposed to be the hearing by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. So that's coming down in 8 days. Okay, we're counting down. All right. So far, right now, um, if you're now asking me if you can file PIP, no, you got to wait. It's a stay. So there's a blockage, temporary blockage right now. Cannot file it right now. So they're definitely not making any decision on PIP applications if you filed already. It's kind of like a holding pattern, as I guess you can say. All right, so let me go to the next question here. Blessings, hi, it's nice to see you. Hey, we're at 229 now likes on TikTok. I don't know what it is on YouTube or Facebook, but on TikTok, can you just continue tapping the screen? Let's get to at least 1,000 while we're on the live show. Just not that these things matter to me. It's more for marketing purposes. Y'all know on TikTok, you know how this works. It doesn't cost you anything. Share, follow, we greatly appreciate it, especially want to get the future notifications. Really, really appreciate it. But it does get me a little motivated to answer questions, okay? So thank you so much. Appreciate the love. Okay, thank you so much. All right, now next question here. And by the way, we've had clients ask me questions on the live show, and I love it because I can we have client meetings where you can like schedule, self-schedule, but I don't handle those meetings. I handle this. And of course training my team. So the best way to actually contact me is here on the live show. And I can pull up your case right there. And of course I don't share confidential information. US citizen, great, wonderful. Glad you're a citizen. You can for your parent, mom or dad. You can, and that's it. Or unless you have a child that's abroad and under 21. Those are the only people you can file for. Well, for adjustment of status purposes right now. If you want, you can file for a brother or sister, but they cannot. I highly advise they don't stay here in America. That just it gets a little too complicated needing a waiver. Okay, and they might not be eligible for a waiver. So that's a key thing. I need to record a video about that. I need to move my food. My wife gave me some food, very, very, very nice, but she doesn't know that it's very difficult to eat during a live show. I tried that with a sandwich. Very difficult. It's very like I wanted to answer the question and couldn't chew my food at the same time. All right, so it was great teamwork. Really appreciate her. If you are married, you know what I'm talking about. She was supposed to go out of town this week, and she decided not to, so it worked out. It's hard with kids when you're like only one parent. Okay, so I'm writing down video ideas here. I gotta share more info about this family F2A category situation. You asked a question about AOS for family members. I'm just gonna put for family and family preference. Okay. Thank you so much for those questions. Thank you for so much for your trust. Hey, we got to 1,500 likes or hearts on TikTok. Thank you so much, man. Y'all were getting to it. Thank you so much. If you can go ahead and follow, if you appreciate the way I share questions, sometimes I go kind of fast. I apologize. Something about TikTok, especially on TikTok, I feel like I gotta talk faster. But if you want me slow down, I can. I just can't answer as many questions then. Breather, breather. Okay. Blessings. You went to a green card interview. They took your picture and fingerprint. Why did they do so? Oh, okay. I think I answered your question earlier. Maybe you didn't hear it. So it's to just check your background. I believe it's check your background, criminal history again, picture. Um, yeah, the federal government in general. I know even like TSA, they've been taking pictures lately too. Um, at least for USCIS purposes, I believe it's to check criminal background history. And also, well, specifically, even before that, is because if you did biometrics before, they could have expired already. Because I believe the rule is like internally with the government is 18 months. But you may have done it, even if you did the fingerprints biometrics in 18 months or less. It's just good best practices for them to do it. So there's no complication in future for you to come back again. So if anything, it saved you some time, hopefully. Okay. But you know what? I'll write that down too. Biometrics at an interview. And I haven't talked about that on a recording before. Okay. Humera, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. I went there as pending for your husband, your green card holder. That's right. That's right. So Humera, we're gonna contact you in the near future. Okay. Just so we can let you know about this potential lawsuit we're gonna do that I just shared on YouTube, because there's no need to wait. Petitions should be a rubber stamp. As soon as we provide all the information, I'm not saying it needs to be 1 day approval, but I mean, it shouldn't take more than a year. It's ridiculous. And so, again, if you're wondering like why I get riled up every once in a while or every day I go live, it's because it's things that the government is doing, United States government does, that does not make sense to us publicly, but it probably makes sense for them internally. And it's to slow us down. It's to slow your case down. When petition, it's like, yeah, it should not take that long. Okay. Anyways, finance gal on the move. I like your name. Okay. Or I mean TikTok name. For diversity visa, you're UK citizen in America since 2017 on H1B. Should you put your USA or UK address? Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, because a diversity visa, um, as far as I know, last time I researched, dang, did y'all hear that crack? Man, I need to get a massage. Um, Diversity visa, you have to go abroad for the interview. So it's a good thing you're on here on H1B, but I haven't opened up the application in a minute. So I don't even know if I'm allowed to open up that. Let me check this. But I can see why you're probably asking that question. Let me see if it shows me here. I'm gonna click on instructions. But if there's a specific spot, okay, that's right. In general, I need to talk about diversity visa too. A lot of wonderful questions. Thank you so much. The diversity visa location. It's hard for me to tell you specifically without looking at the application, but technically you're here. So if it's asking for current residence, I would give it to them, especially if you're here on a valid visa, which you are H-1B. So hopefully it helps a bit. Uh, Simi says Jesus loves me. I thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I sure he hope he loves me. Fe- uh, if he's really a male or female, nah, I'm just messing up. But okay, let's go next. Your husband's green card work permit has been processing for almost 5 months. Is that normal? Yeah, it's normal. I mean, we've had many clients get approved in 5 months and less, but having it case take 12 months, that's technically normal. I would actually say it's abnormal to have the case processed that fast, 3 to 5 months. But hey, we'll take it. We love it. Do you? And you also asked, do you think we will need an interview? You're a U.S. citizen. I think I don't want to say it's random to have an interview, but there's some cases maybe because the certain kind of documentation that you want to verify it's authentic, or something in the background, maybe a particular country, they want to have an interview. But it's not a bad thing. We go to myself and my attorneys on a legal team. We go to the interviews, represent our clients, prepare our clients before the interview. We do that. Okay. We actually send you try to save you some time because I know y'all are working and you're in a live show. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining the live show. But we send you videos, short videos, okay, on things to prepare. Okay. So an example how we think forward with technology. I don't have to repeat honestly, we don't want to repeat the same thing over and over if it doesn't need to be. But after we send the videos and y'all watch them, we have you self-schedule a meeting. And if you don't self-schedule, we just enhance one of our rules. If you work for a company or you own your own business, I think you might appreciate this. We use the word enhancement instead of like update because the update may seem like such a significant thing, but we don't want to wait for clients to schedule if it's been more than a week. We'll give you that time. You pick the convenient time for you, but if it's been more than a week, we're going to be proactive, schedule that meeting for you because you need we want you to ask us questions about the interview. We want you to be super prepared. Okay, so there's no guessing game. Maya Chisholm on YouTube. How do you apply for social card while pending? You cannot actually, because you said you don't have the work permit yet. Well, because you didn't apply for it, so you cannot apply for the social security number. In fact, if you had filed for a work permit and you got that approved, SSA, Social Security Administration, will mail that to you. I've heard sometimes it sends it directly to the client, or they'll send it to our office. It's really random. Very few times, but they'll send it to our office. Okay, that covers the folks on YouTube, I believe. Hey, Nia, purpose driven. I like your name too. You're in Houston, Texas. So am I. You're on a visit visa. How can you apply to get your stay here? So, um, you need to see if you're eligible for a non-immigrant visa. Do you have a resume? We're trying to do things to help speed things up in terms of knowledge base, but we do have a webinar option. That's number 3 on our website. I'm sorry, on our website, but also in a link down here on YouTube and Facebook, but also on TikTok. Click the profile link. Okay. But if you're here on a visitor visa currently, you probably don't have time to wait for our webinar, to be honest, but go ahead and sign up for it anyway. Because I want to do something next week actually about this topic. Okay. Probably it might be on Wednesday actually. Let me know in the comments, okay? Nia Purpose Driven or anyone else who's interested in webinar topic. Because if you don't have a sponsor now, you definitely need to know the knowledge for the future, right? To understand how you can call. So hopefully that can help. All right. Uh, Thanks for sharing the live. Really appreciate it, Butterfly, and anyone else. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let me answer the next one. You're welcome, Butterfly. You're welcome, Rumsier. I'll get to your. I'm trying to go like in order. Hamera, you've been more than 2 years. I remember there was a long delay. Blessings. You're welcome. Thank you so much for responding. Helps me continue forward, especially when I have to overlap a meeting. Okay. How long, Veni MT07, how long after getting email from the National Visa Center are interviews taking in Juarez? Um, just to be transparent, there's no black and white timing that they share with us, um, but minimum 6 months. Minimum. Okay. You got the email. You talk about the documentary complete email or documentary qualified. Okay. I need to make a video about that step by step. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So Veni MT, be on the lookout for that email. Anything related to consulate, I'm going to do that hopefully tomorrow. Okay. Lanique Link. What do you do after I-360 is approved and your EED is expired? Well, did you file the 485? If you file the I-360s and it's approved, a lot of y'all have commented recently that your I-360 has been approved, but did you file the 485? If not, you might want to consider doing that. Check with an attorney. If you don't have one, we're happy to help with you, connect with you, point you in the right direction. But to be honest, to meet with one of our attorneys, it is a 3-digit fee. It's not 800 bones. Okay. I was trying to use a different analogy. Maybe bones. Why did I say bones? 800 bacons. Bacons. That's the right it is. It's not 800 bacons. I saw on someone else's profile link, attorney profile link, and it said 800 bacons. I was like, what? That is nuts. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? I'm looking at the other platforms here. Okay, Arthur. You got a labor certification. Oh, after you get a labor certification, can you use Advanced Pro to go in Europe? I don't believe so. But let me write that down too. Advanced Pro. When can apply? Because we typically file Advanced Pro when it's based on some kind of adjustment of status eligibility. And so when you file the I-140 or your company does, that doesn't give you the basis to file um, the Advanced Pro. So let me just look this up just in case, because I could be wrong. Sometimes I hope to be wrong for y'all, because sometimes I give you some negative news. But let me just see if I can pull it up while I answer the next question. How to press like, Arthur? Oh, thanks, Arthur. I think on YouTube, it's over here, right here. I think. Oh, on YouTube, it's a thumbs up. That's why I probably got. It's been a while since when they're on those social media platforms. Y'all do it. They all do it differently. Uh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. So let me pull this up for you, Arthur. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so it does show. We would like to refer to instructions because we want to make sure you can file this application. So different categories of which scenarios you can file this application. I'm looking at the instructions for application of travel document, aka Events Pro, 131 form. I scroll down. It says, note, generally, if you are in the United States and have applied for adjustment status, your application will be deemed abandoned if you leave the United States without first obtaining an Advanced Pro document. USCIS, by the way, actually thought my client did that. Thought they left. So that's why you need Advanced Pro. Now, that's also why you need to apply for adjustment of status. So have it pending. Okay. So if you're currently in one of these following non-immigrant visa classifications and you filed the 45, um, then you can file. Yeah. Yeah, then you can file for this, okay? Or unless marriage, of course. So yeah, these are different scenarios. Okay, Arthur, hopefully that helps. But labor certification is not one of those. Okay, that unfortunately is not enough. So hopefully you can file that I-140, get that priority date, and then yeah, hopefully you're not a national of one of those other countries that have a long wait time. Wish you all the best. Okay, let me go back to TikTok here. Please read everything. I don't know. I don't know what you mean, Arthur. Do you want the link? I'm happy to share the link right here. Okay. Please read it again. I can't read it again. You're gonna have to schedule a meeting if you want to read me again. But click that link. Tell my team or schedule a meeting. I gotta move on to the next question for now. You want me to read your question again? Is that what you mean? Okay. Well, your question. You might have to rephrase your question if you don't mind. Okay, next question for now. Red Bull gives you wings. Interesting name. Um, your grandma's an asylee. Congrats to her. She left U.S. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I really do need to make a video about AP. When can you apply and when you should not leave, or why you should apply? Okay. And I get it. Sometimes, like whatever situation's going abroad, is very important that you have to leave. Oh my goodness! But travel. So there's something you can Google search travel foil. Um, but that's typically, as far as I know, that's only if you have resident status. I and the thing is with advanced parole, when you file I-131, just like the re-entry permit, if you're a resident currently, you have to be in the United States when you apply because they're going to likely send you a biometrics notice. So you can try for, if money isn't a thing, then is no budget concern, you might want to consider applying for advanced parole for her. But I don't know the procedure in a sense. Like, if I don't think so, but I'll check with my team. I don't think like if you're leaving on a plane or whatnot that you have to have it stamped. I believe it's only when you come back that customs will check it because you're not coming across customs when you leave, are you? So anyway, just have to think about that. But if your mom just or grandma just had recently became a asylee in the sense that you apply for advanced parole, maybe USCIS will reuse the biometrics. So that would at least not require her to be here to do that. So that's a risk you need to take. But I mean, I don't know what the alternative is. And then this could take like 5 months at least to process an average, okay, for the 131. So hopefully it helps point you in the right direction a bit. Y'all in some tough situation. Red Bull gives you wings 693. Does it include substance abuse testing? Okay. I'm not going to ask any questions there, but let me pull up 693. Arthur, can you rephrase your question? Because clearly I didn't understand it. 693, and we got to look at the CDC. I have some links about this and Center Disease Control. Okay. Oh, I did that wrong. I was trying to Google search this. Okay. Communicable diseases is what they look up. So let me find this page on the CDC website. If I can find it. Okay. Let me show you what I pull up here. And I think the person asked me about TikTok, so you can't see it actually. All right. Somewhere there's a whole list. Okay. I don't believe so. But okay. That is really okay. I don't believe so. Let's look at the form. Now, if you're outside America, well, you're inside America because you're talking about 693. Outside America, they do cover that, but not I don't know if they do a specific test about it, but it's not. They don't use the Form 693. So I pull up the Form 693 here, but you just go through it and just ask the clinic. That's the best way. But here, anything related to some kind of disease, I guess you can say, TB, syphilis, gonorrhea, I believe. It's good to get checked out. Why not? Just in case. Think your partner might want to know about that. I think you might want to know about that, just in case. But substance abuse, substance use, I wouldn't say abuse. I don't believe so. There is a section about physical or mental disorders with associated harmful behavior. I believe, huh? When did this get updated? I don't recall seeing this last time. This will be something you might want to be careful of. Okay, just be mindful. Maybe not be careful. Just be mindful of it. Okay, there is a section about drug abuse and drug addiction. Drug abuse or drug addiction is current. I'm just reading off the form here. Is current substance use disorder mild or moderate severe in quotations, but only with respect to substances listed in says Schedule 1, Schedule 2, 3, 4, 5 of Section 202 of the Controlled Substance Act. So, for the person who asked me this question, you might want to check out those schedules 1 through 5 to see if what you may have used, allegedly used, is on that list. Um, but yeah, it says you may also make a diagnosis, you as in if it was a physician, make a full diagnosis of full remission according to diagnostic criteria, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Anyway, that answers your question. Okay. Humera, we need to talk again. Okay. I know you talked to one of my team members. They appreciate your meeting. So if you're wondering how to contact us, there's a couple ways. On YouTube, you had a number there. Below in this description box is a link. Okay. On TikTok, the link's in my profile. Go ahead and follow now if you're on TikTok. Okay. Sometimes it should be up there or down below. Okay. You can go ahead and do that now. Doesn't cost you anything. You might even see you follow me on TikTok at least. You can in YouTube Shorts, uh, Facebook Stories, I guess. You can see Uncle John. Okay. Uncle John. I know lawyers like always so serious. We have to be, right? But I'm trying to make a little bit light humor here with Uncle John answering y'all's questions. Okay. So typically how we do it workflow wise with our marketing team, if you have a question, you put it in the comment section, whatnot. Obviously, it's easier on TikTok. Then we can record a video about it when I'm Uncle John pretending to be y'all asking the question. Okay. So please take no offense on how Uncle John um, is the actor, but we definitely want to answer your questions. So please know you're welcome to ask questions. Now, if you're already like, John, I don't care about your videos anymore. I just want to, we're just interested in hiring, allowing us to guide you, our team, green card guys, to guide you to get secure that legal status to live and work in America. Absolutely. Click on option number 1 in the link. Okay. You're going to have a meeting with a client care specialist, and then they'll share with you how we get shit done for you, more or less, right? And then how our process is, things like, why do you want legal status in the first place? Which I think it's obvious, but maybe we want to talk about it just in case. And then also what to expect from our legal team. Okay, very important, because I know there's a lot of y'all complaining about your prior lawyer, current lawyer, and you're just done with it. So it's very unfortunate to hear about, but we're happy to help you if need be. Um, and then, because as soon as you get started, you have to be ready to get started. Because once you sign and pay the deposit, our team, same day or next day or the 2 days after that, depending on schedule, of course, we want to have the onboard meeting. We want to get going to help you, because we know the government takes a long time. So we want to internally with our team, we want to do the best we can to reduce our own internal processing times. So there's less friction, less delays. We absolutely want to get it done the right way for you guys. Okay, now let me answer some questions here. Oh, by the way, but if you want to speak only with an attorney, that is option number 2 in our link. Same link, just go to option 2, and that is a 3-digit fee, but it's not 800 bacons. Okay, back to Arthur. Thank you for more context. I don't know why I wasn't sharing a comment here. TPS holder and your girlfriend in Europe. You want to have advanced parole to go visit and marry. Gotcha. And also, you're trying to adjust status through employment. Well, first, let's take care of your employment thing as much as possible, and then you could, potentially sponsor your spouse. Um, but to your first question, you need to file again. As far as I read, you need to file the 485, even through employment. You cannot only wait after the labor certification. So I think I answered your question. Okay. Now adding your wife to petition, it's still too early because you're not married yet. But if you were married, yeah, if it asked that question. Okay, let's see. But maybe just read the instructions first on the link I sent. Okay, read that first. I know you're excited. I know y'all happy to help out your Pookie Bear, but let's take care of yourself first. This whole like mindset thing. Maybe your Pookie Bear's like right here asking all these questions, but really you need to focus on yourself first. I know y'all trying to game plan, right? I get that, and that's why we're on the live show quite often. I was out. I traveled a lot the last 2 weeks, but now I'm trying to pick it back up almost every day. All right. So next question. Risky on TikTok. Your American girlfriend went to jail before. Oh boy. Um, you might not be comfortable sharing that here on TikTok, Risky, but you're generally U.S. citizen spouse can still sponsor you, even with a criminal record, as long as it's not related to crimes against children. That's just a key thing. But if you want to make sure, okay, you just want to double check. Google search Adam Walsh Act, or of course, you're welcome to select option 2 in um, our link here, and then schedule a meeting with attorney. Oh boy, that's another video I need to record. I got a list of like 10 already. Thank you so much for the questions. Um, that was about the Adam Walsh Act. Okay. The sponsors crimes. Which, by the way, um, the policy reason from Congress for the Adam Walsh Act is that look, they want to let the beneficiary immigrant know that, by the way, your sponsor has a certain crime against children, abuse, and you should probably know about that. So they'll send an RFE, things like that. Uh, I'm, sh- I hope we all hope the sponsor has turned a new page in their life and doesn't do that anymore. But it's good Congress that actually has positive, helpful law. Not maybe not positive, but helpful law. Okay. Syed, your father filed for a green card F2B category since September 2020. So how long will your case will take to be approved? So a step-by-step petition first, okay, and your case is under processing in National Service Center for you're from India. Okay. Yeah. Well, let me pull up the bulletin for you. Okay, September 2020. That is your prior date, seems like. Okay, so we're looking at, let me make this, oops, this screen a little larger. Oh, there we go. Okay, you're F2B right now, unmarried son or daughter under, or sorry, 21 and older of your sponsor. Parent is a permanent resident. So let's go to F2A under India, and it's working on cases in terms of issuing visa, have an interview November 2021. What? What's going on? What's going on here? You said no. Whoops, sorry. Whoa, got a little hold of myself. Apologize. Usually people ask about F2A, but you're not F2A. You're F2B. Ooh, okay. I was gonna say that didn't sound right, but now this is more accurate, I guess you could say. Unfortunately, Your prior date right now, F2B for India, May 1st, 2016. Okay, it is now 2024. So you got a long ways. Okay, well, your prior date is 2020. So you got about roughly 4 years minimum. But I would check this every year. Okay, Syed, check this every year, once a year. When it gets closer, like within 6 months, then you want to check every month, once a month. Don't go crazy about it. Okay, because you don't want to assume that National Visa Center will let you know to tell you, hey, by the way, might want to check on it. They're not going to tell you. Don't assume that. You got to take control of your own case. Put it on the calendar. Look, just like you put on a calendar some kind of work event, family event on your calendar, do the same thing for the love of God, please. Whatever whoever you pray to or don't pray to, put it on your calendar because your God or whoever is not going to update you, and definitely not USCIS say, hey, by the way, you might want to check your case. Okay. So put it on your calendar. Set some reminders for yourself. Hey, I did that in New York when I was there for school. We put on the calendar for happy hour. Okay. So if you could do happy hour on the calendar, you could do your immigration case on the calendar. All right. Lindy, how about a U.S. citizen spouse with drug felony? Um, that should be fine as a sponsor. Okay. I'm aware, Lindy, by the way, that one of my team members got back to you. Well, you sent your FOIA in. Let me check if they responded. I'm gonna check on a different screen. See how fast I can pull this up. Okay, I know I gotta ask her some questions though. Ramjir, I know you copy and paste, so let me answer your question. You're focusing on remarriage. What you mean remarriage? To the same? Oh, with your prior spouse? After 12 years. After 12 years, divorcing and file. Wait. Let me make sure. Ramjir, we may have to go live right now. Oops. Mind your biz. No, I don't have. Well, I do need. I still need to record that video, but what I checked yesterday, it's not like anything new that you wouldn't know already. Um, but yeah, it's hard for me to get prediction on that. Um, but I'll see what kind of prediction I can put together after what I read. There you go, Abrar. Now I see your question. How long do appeals usually take? 765 denied due to USCIS error. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. So you filed 290B? Did you file 290B? So here's the thing with 290B. Shoot, I need to record a video about that. We'll put a little checkbox here. 290B. Yo, this is where I do the old school. Gotta use the old school paper. I was gonna put on my system here, but sometimes just writing it down is like just seems way more intentional. Okay, you filed a 290B. Here's a quick thing about that. Some people ask in general, should you file 290B or just refile the application? I usually recommend, not knowing your situation, usually recommend just filing the whatever application again. Okay? Especially 45. Because 290B, I talk about the processing time. I'm pointing here because that's one of my monitors where I check it. There is no drop down. It's not 290B is not on the drop down menu. So it doesn't give us any kind of idea how long it takes. I remember one employment case that we filed appeal for. Yo, it got reversed, but it took 3 freaking years. Like, holy hell, it's ridiculous. Like, they want us to file appeal, motion to reconsider, and it just sits there. Like, I know those cases are way more complex usually. At least the one I'm thinking about right now took 3 years. It went to the administrative appeals office, but like, good lord, that took way too long. So typically just refile the daggum thing. Because you might be paying about the same fee. So, but what was the error, Abrar? You did both. Okay. And I'm not trying to give you a hard time about that. But I mean, I just want to share with y'all because I know that's like a pressing question, like because of the appeal deadline's coming up soon, right? After you get the denial letter. But Bar, if you've what is the basis of your 765? Is it like based on marriage or other kind of case? Then that kind of gives me an idea because maybe hopefully you get approved on the 485 sooner. Once you get that 485 approved, then you don't need to worry about the work permit. Man, my food is getting cold, so I can only be on live for maybe 5 more minutes. All right. So if any of y'all asking to join live today, I apologize. We're just trying to roll. It's been a minute since I've been on live, so I want to answer as many questions quickly here, and then maybe tonight if I can join live tonight, then if I can join live tonight, then I'll invite y'all as a guest. Okay. Hey, someone funny, Remy on TikTok's asked me a funny question here. If I can explain a rule against perpetuities. No, I cannot. That's like in law school, and this has nothing to do about immigration. Okay, don't ask me stuff about real estate or whatever it is. Rule against perpetuities, contract law. See, I don't remember anymore. Narisa, you can. Thank you for your request for consultation. Now, if you want to speak with me personally, it could be here on a live show. But obviously, I understand you have confidential information you want to share. I do have a 3-digit fee. Okay. It's at least 300 bacons. Okay. Hopefully none of these social media things can block me because of that. But with my premier associates, it's 1 digit. I mean, not 1 digit. There's 200 bacons at least. So, but you click the link, option number 2, you'll see all that. We're very transparent. We don't hide the ball or anything like that. Let's see here. Next question. I think TikTok saves y'all's. I don't know if TikTok saves the questions actually, because I need to record a video for y'all so you can. But hey, on TikTok and YouTube, it allows me to create a playlist of certain videos. So we're trying to be organized, trying to share with y'all. So we could just, if my team or you message us, we could just redirect you to like, hey, there's the video. Maybe a lot easier. Hayan Pharma, you are a parent of a U.S. citizen and had submitted 45 to Dallas, Texas, but got receipt notes from NBC, didn't receive transfer notice. Is this normal case? Is case going to get delayed or faster? So usually when a cases get transferred, and usually in that transfer notice will say case moved because of case workload and essentially. So it's hypothetically in your benefit that it gets transferred in that sense, so it's not getting stuck at the other office. So it's not a negative thing. But 45 typically will eventually get to the field office anyway, the local field office. And if interview are going to be waived, surprisingly, more parents get interview. It seems like um, than than married couples the past 2 years. But based on what you shared with me, I can't predict for you. If you want to have a strategy session with us, welcome to do that. And you said you're in Dallas, so well, where are you located? Actually, you're not in Dallas necessarily. So if y'all also wondering, we do help with interview representation, even if you already filed your case, because we understand that for some of y'all, a good majority of y'all, you understand you want peace of mind. Okay. You're so close, you don't want anything to be messed up. Of course, we can't promise anything, but we certainly have a system. Okay. We have a system, we have a way to prepare you that, it's pretty strong. Okay. In that sense, ironclad. And some people go in there and interview say, nah, it's no big deal. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. My brother did it. He told me everything. Yeah, but maybe your brother's relationship with that beneficiary or sponsor is different. Maybe the documentation was different. Maybe the USCIS officer you have is different. So you just never know. Look, you've already paid all the fees. You should take action to at least have a strategy session with attorney. We're very open minded. I think with a lot of other immigration law firms, they don't want to touch your case if you already filed it. They don't even want to talk with you because they're just scared. A lot of lawyers are scared. So very unfortunate. So we're here to share, point you in the right direction. All right. So we got. I gotta go in 2 minutes. Let's see what else I can share with you here. Bar, you're saying the 45 was attached with the application, but they wrongly linked anyways to the rejected. Uh huh. I guess I still do. I understand your call. Let's see. Did you send something else? Okay, I see your other thing here. We're taking too long, so ask me to. Yeah, yeah, it's taking too long for sure. So you did refile it. Okay. They linked the wrong 45. Okay, I see your prior comment. Whose other 45 could it get linked to? Some like a family member, like a child? Did you file it with one of your kiddos or something? Um, that's weird that they were two sets of applications basically. What other who else did you file with? Um, High on you're in New Jersey. Okay. Well, so here's the thing. I mean, we also have we love traveling to wherever you are for the interview, but it costs money, right? It costs like a one night hotel, especially if your interview is like 10:30 or earlier in the morning. We would need a hotel for the night before, and of course, not saying you need any one of you need an attorney, but just sharing with you that we have a network, okay, of attorneys. They don't all work for us, but it's a collaboration essentially. We all think for the best interest of you, okay? At least in my network. I don't know about someone else, but to where that we have a trust level of trust that if I ask and see if, hey, are you available? If this attorney is available, can you go to this interview? And we do all the prep, right? And the person we refer to help you at the interview, they may even prep you at the interview beforehand, because just that's just how we are. The immigration attorneys I know, we just love sharing, continue sharing more information. Um, and there's so many nuances. But anyway, yeah, that's a key difference with our team versus anyone else. We want to make sure you're taken care of and connected with someone else if needed. Okay. Let's see. Jahone D. Welcome back. You're from Jamaica, married to U.S. citizen. That's right. I remember something like that. August 2023. Now it's October. Yeah, that's taking too long. So if it gets to 15 months, Jahon, I always mispronounce your name. You might want to join the live show one time. I want to say your name right. So if it gets to 15 months, let's talk and file mandamus if we need to. But I believe it's still too early to do that for you. Okay. And where's your spouse located, Jahone? Okay. Cheryl, if you file for your mom and siblings, that's with her. Well, you have a biological relationship with those siblings? Then it would be a separate application than from your mom. Can they come at the same time? Most likely not. So before you file, you got to see if they have a visitor visa. If they don't have a visitor visa yet, they might want to consider it because it's going to be difficult to get the visitor visa after you file. It's all timing. Okay. Florida, you from Florida. Okay, cool. Hope everything's okay in Florida. And I believe there was a hurricane that hit a lot of areas in North Carolina. I got some friends there. I need to check in with them, make sure they're okay. So if you have anyone there, if you're there, I hope you're okay. Let us know if you need any resources. Um, if you know of any organization out there, please let us know. Because I heard it's like not the typical. I mean, hurricanes always it's always bad damage. So, anyways, James, James, you're from Amsterdam. Oh, cool. I was there early last year. Please, and it was snowing a bit actually. Please, your question is about the DNA sample is taken. How long does it take for you to get your visa? Well, I need more information, James. Um, did you already give them the DNA sample? Um, I don't know where you are in your process in general. Like, did you have the visa interview? Did you file a petition? I I wonder why they're questioning the relationship then. Is it a parent-child type situation? Sorry, sometimes I have to, yes. Oh, you say yes? Okay. Well, I don't. So, okay, here's another scenario. I need to write this down too. Another video. Okay, we've been recently helping more people. It seems that is what we call motion for reconsider when a visa has been refused. Now, James from Amsterdam, you're not telling me that's what happened right now, but there's no black and white time. But just I guess for you, I suspect it could take a couple months for them to send a lab sample or the sample to a their own lab. Hypothetically, I don't know if that's actually what they do, or the USCIS officer just or State Department officer just reads the result. But I suspect they have some kind of workflow to verify all that information. So I suspect at least 2 months. Hopefully, it doesn't take longer than that. Okay, but this reminds me of a situation where we have been sending. Um, okay, it's your child who filed I-130 for you. Okay, so it's at the I-130 stage. Okay, okay. Well, that will definitely take 2 months. Okay, with USCIS for sure. Your child. I'm assuming your child's over 21, U.S. citizen. Okay. Um, Now, we've had several situations that we filed a motion to reconsider with the State Department directly with the consulate embassy because they refused the visa. And it was show online, visa refused. In fact, one time we had to do it where it says visa issued and it got stuck. They didn't actually issue the visa. It's like, knock, knock. I need to do a meme of this, use CapCut. Knock, knock. We're here. Like, give us a freaking visa. It shows it online. Where are you at? So, hopefully that gives you a better idea how we can help you if need be. Um, and hopefully you don't need our services, but we're here if you need it. Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go to my team meeting. Thank you so much for your questions. Really appreciate it. If I was not able to answer questions, what you know is a lot of y'all, please go ahead and click follow or subscribe and respective platform. Just do a little tap. Click the follow button. Okay, cool. Thank you. Bye bye. Peace.